Tony, Tony made an interesting comment here. She said, probably referring to the astrologers who don't even believe that the research is relevant. She said, probably because they don't even know astrology research is being done. And I think that's a really good point, Tony. We have a lot of communicating to do, and to communicate it in ways that make astrologers get excited about it rather than intimidated about it. But yeah, you're right. I don't, and frankly, there's so much that's changed even in the last 5 to 10 years that it's a struggle to keep up with it for even people like me who are actually interested. So I think it's passing people by very quickly. Now, obviously, there's at least 2 different zodiacs between us. That's one of the biggest stumbling blocks right there between East and West. Tropical or sidereal. I confess, I've been tropical my entire life, so I'm biased. I'm trying to be open and upfront about bias. That's one of the best ways to diffuse it. And yeah, I'm definitely a tropical person. So, as I said in the opening, I don't see this as a contest. It's not either or. It's for me, it's more about identifying the relative strengths and the weaknesses of both systems and expanding their influence and effectiveness. And that's what we're going towards at the end of this presentation. Again, identifying relative strengths and weaknesses, expanding their influence and effectiveness. At least I like to think that's what I'm doing. I had an opportunity to test my tolerance early on when Renee and I began working together on a project called the Kepler quiz a little while back. Now, some of you may have actually participated in this. We used a tool called the Big 5 Inventory, which is a well-established online personality test. And we measured the Big 5 personality traits for 1,006 different voluntary participants. We also collected their birth date, time, and place. And from this birth information, we calculated the positions of the sun, the moon, the planets. In the heliacal constellations, as defined by the International Astronomical Union, that was back in 1929, when astronomers decided what their constellations were. So let me repeat, we didn't use the Western Tropical, we didn't use the Vedic Sidereal Zodiac, we used the heliacal constellations. And these are the ones that the sun appears to travel through, again, as defined by astronomers, the IAU, back in 1929. So the zodiacs here, the Western and the Sidereal, they differ from these heliacal constellations considerably. If we're talking about the tropical zodiac, it can be anywhere from 23 to 30 degrees off for the different ayanamshas used by Vedic astrologers, anywhere from 3 to 6 degrees for most constellations, and up to about 15 degrees for Virgo. Further, the IAU heliacal constellations include such non-astrological entities as Hydra, Cetus, Orion, Ophiuchus, Coma Berenices, and Sextans. So there are a lot of, constellations that just don't even figure into either zodiac, and yet we still got results. All 5 personality trait scores changed significantly as planetary positions in the IAU constellations change. Further, using these IAU planetary placements, we were able to build an artificial intelligence predictor for each personality trait. And once it was trained on the true astronomical data, the predictive engine was able to predict extroversion and neuroticism scores significantly better than chance. So these actually suggest that the IAU astronomical factors at birth correlate to online personality self-assessment. So in essence, using only astronomy and psychometrics, we produced results that indicated that the positions of planets at birth influence measurable aspects of personality. Now, you want to let that sink in for a minute. I mean, first off, is this a great time to be an astrologer or what? I mean, you wouldn't dream of doing this 50 years ago. But, you know, Big Data has been very good to astrology. I mean, you got to run to keep up right now. And I think what we both learned from this is that the zodiac can be irrelevant. It can be. Now, that is hardly an original observation. Back in the 17th century, the earliest Western researchers, like our namesake, Kepler and John Goad et al., they came to much the same conclusion. That doesn't mean that the zodiac doesn't matter. But under the right conditions, it almost doesn't matter where you started under the right conditions. At the same time, in other conditions, the zodiac does seem to matter. And Western researchers have produced results, and I think a number of results, which do depend on the zodiac. But so have researchers in Vedic astrology. So let's compare some of these. I want to start with Dr. Sidereal. She is the namesake for our online research forum series. She did pass away in 2008 and left a really impressive body of work behind her. She published a wonderful book posthumously called Astrology Off the Beaten Track, and in chapter 6 she describes a study on human sociability, the results of which pegged extroversion to the masculine fire and air signs and introversion to the feminine earth and water signs.